Greetings and welcome to Nathan Lyle Official. If you've never been to my channel before, my name is Nathan Lyle. This is my personal channel, and I already messed up the intro. We're off to a great start. Whatever. Listen, we're going to start by addressing the elephant in the room. Wouldn't it be great if I had like an actual elephant to show you? I don't. I looked. Yeah, but I do have a Gengar and a spider duck. My collection keeps growing. So here's the thing. First and foremost, this is a video called Rants and Rambles, which, if you're new to this channel, which I'm sure some of you are, sometimes when I feel like it, I'm just feeling the urge to just unload some shit. So I'll turn on the camera, no script at all, and I just talk for however long I feel like talking. Sometimes it's 10 minutes, sometimes 20, sometimes 30. I have no plan. I'm just going to sit here talking. It is New Year's Day, which feels like a good time to address the elephant in the room, which is that a lot of new people on this channel. Also, you see my heater back there, because it's, according to the weather, it's currently 45 degrees. And even with that thing on, still a little chilly in here. Got it set to 70. It's not the strongest, but it exists. It's better than not existing. So, anyways, yeah. A lot of new people. So let's kind of speed run my entire YouTube journey for you briefly. Because first and foremost, let's address the actual video. Because it happened 12 years ago. I did a video with the title, "Yes, Officer, I Am a Pedophile," which suddenly, for some reason, is blowing up. We'll get to that in a second. First and foremost, to those of you who enjoy my humor, thank you. I've definitely changed a lot over the past 12 years, but I think the core of who I am remains the same. I've become a lot more confident, more expressive. It also, I guess, more calculated about what I do and don't say online, because the culture has shifted drastically over the past, 13 years, is it? I don't know the exact month I uploaded it. It says 12 years. I know I was living in this apartment, which I moved to in July 2012, so it's been quite some time. Closing in on the 14th year here. But so yeah, that video, I had to rewatch it because I didn't even remember what I had posted. It's like one of the original Rants and Rambles before I even knew Rants and Rambles was a thing. So yeah, literally the video is just me explaining, hey, I got a lot of toys and I hate that people, like, basically I hate that people see, oh, an adult who has toys. There's clearly something wrong with you. And to be honest, yeah, there's a lot wrong with me, but I don't think the toys are the problem. I feel like society is the problem. Because, like, we can definitely go into it more at some point, but I really hate this whole idea that, you have to mature as you grow up, And what that means for me is that it's okay to be silly sometimes. It's okay to be silly. And I think we all need to stay young at heart at times. Because I think that's something I noticed even as a kid. Like, you turn 12 and suddenly everyone's like, we refuse to watch kids shows anymore because that's for babies and we're grown-ass adults. And I'd lie to all my fans and be like, yeah, fuck all that kid shit. But at no point in my life did I ever stop watching PBS. And now, I'll be the first one to admit, it doesn't hold up as well as it used to. Because, like, for example, Cyber Chase. Even as a kid, it wasn't my favorite. But that being said, I think I was already double digits when that one premiered. And it's hard for me to sit through anything when I can watch it and I'm like, it's like Dora the Explorer. Like, can you see the mountain? You mean that big-ass giant fucking mountain right there? Taking up half the fucking screen, the one right behind you? Yes, I see it. Can you help me find the mountain? You turn around, bitch. You turn the fuck around. It's right there. It's right there. It's so... and, like, Cyber Chase is also, like, they're going to do, like, 15 minutes of the episode solving such a simple math problem. So, yeah, that's difficult to sit through. So, I am, as I get older, watching less and less and less. But I still do appreciate a lot of things because, like, Arthur, I think just it started airing when I was a kid. I think it just stopped airing like new episodes. I want to say 2022. There are still it's still in reruns and it's still fun to watch every now and then. I'm a huge Krat fan. The Krat brothers, if you don't know, it's similar. They're animal guys, like Steve Irwin. Who's that other guy? His name I can't remember. Yeah, because they had Cratch Kids when I was growing up, and then they had Zaboomafoo, one of the best PBS shows ever, which I actually do have. I found because I have two. I was no, it's not. There are a couple of free services I have where you can just watch TV, and one of the channels is classic PBS, and so every now and then I come home, I turn that on. I get to watch some classic Zaboomafoo, which I still love. It Dragon Tales, Between the Lions, Wishbone. There's a ton of really good shit on PBS that I didn't want to stop watching just because everyone else said not supposed to enjoy it. Because getting older doesn't mean you have to. Getting older doesn't mean you have to stop being a kid. Because let's be honest, adults are just kids that are jaded as fuck. Your inner child is screaming, let it out. There's so many things I did as a kid that I just refused to give up, and I think I'm better for it. I still play with toys, not as often, but, I have a lot of them when I do feel like it. I still, like I said, I didn't give up PBS entirely, though I do watch it less and less and less every passing year. But there are times when you need the innocence of childhood to remind you that life doesn't always suck. Sometimes it really fucking sucks, but sometimes it's good to be reminded of the simple times when you just had fun, you know? Being a kid, no worries, no responsibilities, just living your life, living that life, bro. So yeah, and there are so many people, you know, I've no, nah, hold on. I got a game running on auto. I started playing Raid Shadow Legends early this year. I want to say summer. I got an XP boost, so I'm leveling some people up. And I got some chickens, so I just need one more. I'm gonna get one more uncommon that I can get to level 5, and then I can get one of mine to level 6. And I don't need to go into that. I think I might do. I'm considering doing some raid videos, but I'm seeing that they've been doing this for so many years. There's a lot of people who already have content, and I just feel like I'm still new enough. I don't feel confident in that yet, so uh, we'll see. I might someday, but for now, there's no plan to do that. Point is, like Power Rangers, I'd like to say I never stopped watching it. I definitely stopped watching it because as a teenager, they had a new show called Operation Overdrive, which sucked ass, still sucks ass. I watched it and thought, okay, maybe I'm just too old for Power Rangers. But then apparently it got better as soon as I stopped watching it. Because been revisiting it in the past few years. But yeah, the anyways, I'm going on tangents. That does happen, but I need to address the video because I'm getting a ton of comments on that video, which is unique for me because I've been doing this for so long, and especially on this channel, like I don't even get 100 views on most video. Like if I get 10 views, and it's like, okay, I did something right with this video, and now suddenly I've got that video that 2 days ago I woke up it was 3,000, and then yesterday it damn near hit 4,000. I was like, did I just get 1,000 views in a day? I don't think, cause I had a sports channel for a few years. I stopped using it, and completely forgot what email I even used to create it. So that one's gone. It's lost to the history books forever. But uh, yeah, I think like the best video I did while I was still active, it reached like 1,200 views. So who knows? Maybe that one's blowing up too. I don't know. Because I know one video that I'm sure definitely is still getting views to this day. I had a video called Tom Brady is Overrated, which I'll admit, mostly a clickbait title. I do think it's a video about how quarterbacks in general are overvalued, how good quarterbacks are considered shitty because they don't have team success. But quarterbacks with team success are often thought of more highly than they deserve. It wasn't specifically about Tom Brady, but I did take shots at him, and I will admit, I was incorrect because I said in that video that I thought he would retire without ever winning another title. And he's won 2 since then. Where I went wrong is I had just assumed that this motherfucker was gonna be retiring in like 2 or 3 years. I thought he had like 4 years at most, and then he played another 10, and he jumped ship to a whole new thing, to a whole new team. And there's just a lot of shit that happened. So, yeah, long story short, a lot of things I said in that video were definitely wrong. I still stick to that video because at least the concept was correct. The execution was flawed, and I got a lot of predictions wrong, which I feel like the majority of people who get paid to do sportscasting and shit for a living will get the majority of shit they say wrong. So I'm not upset at being wrong, but I will admit, hey, I made a bad prediction. I made a bold prediction that I was certain of, and he proved me wrong. So, much respect due to Tom Brady. I still don't consider him the GOAT, but I'm done arguing against it. So, yeah, that's where we are right now. I'm gonna put this. Oh wait, let me go ahead and do. So yeah, that's it. I keep. This is why these end up being 30 minutes, because we'll address my thought process in a second. Because let's just go ahead and okay. Actually, so like that video, I've been going back and forth on what to do because I've thought about deleting it because there was a positive response, there's a negative response, but once again, I finally went and actually watched the video because it seems like people are still keep clicking on it. And after briefly watching the video, I realized there's a lot of people leaving comments that haven't actually sat through the video. They see the title, they make an assumption, they jump on, they leave a comment, and then leave without actually sitting through the video. And then the majority of times, I rarely ever delete comments. I think I've only had to delete like 3 comments from that video. And it's specifically because some people are stupid, and there are some things that shouldn't have to be tolerated. But also, like, there's one specific comment that I deleted because he's going into this whole thing about how he's sure I'm a pedophile because he's a pedophile, and here's all these reasons why he knows, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, at first, I'm like, this guy's an idiot. And I left it up. But, like, about 24 hours later, I'm thinking about it, I'm revisiting it, and it's like, the problem here isn't that he's laying an accusation against me. The problem here is that it's more like he's going out of his way to defend himself. It seems like he's using trying to use my video to justify his own perversion, which is like, I've learned a lot because I started therapy in 2016. I've been to multiple therapists throughout my years. I'm learning a lot about empathy and understanding where people come from, and it's like, pedophilia is a disease that a lot of people can't control, so it's like, it's not your fault for what you feel. We can only judge you based on your actions. That being said, in the case of that specific comment, it's like, just, tolerating people who have, legitimate psychological issues is one thing. Encouraging it, putting it on a pedestal, that's something else entirely. And so that I ended up going back and deleting that comment specifically because, like I said, I didn't feel any anger or fear or anything in regards to like, oh, he seems to be trying to point out all the reasons why he thinks I'm exactly like him. No, it felt like the more I read of it, the more I realized like he's sitting here trying to like justify why he's not a horrible human being. And that to me just felt like dangerous rhetoric to allow. So there are some specific instances where specific things might get deleted, but for the most part, I'm like, I do believe in free speech. Let people do what they do, but there are reasons why certain rules exist. There are reasons why you can't yell fire in an airport. You can't say bomb and stuff in an airport because it can cause harm, and we're trying to avoid harm. But anyways, yeah, I've considered even deleting that video just because it's annoying getting these notifications. It's first thing in the morning. I'm tired, and talking drives me out. So yeah, we're gonna be hydrating. Hydration's important. We might talk about that later. But anyways, I've considered deleting that video for many, many reasons. First and foremost, I'm just kind of tired of dealing with people. I'm not a people person. And suddenly, a lot of people are finding my person. And so, but yeah, I realize, well, first and foremost, like I said, the majority of, like, it's a harmless video, and every negative comment is from someone who's completely just, they saw the title alone, they made an assumption, and they're just misconstruing the situation without any actual effort. So fuck it, let's just keep racking up views because all the debates I've had about whether or not to keep it, all the positives and negatives towards keeping it, the main positive is that hey, the people who actually take the time to watch it, who want to understand, then hey, guess what? I've grown a few subscribers, and I might get a few book sales out of it, so screw it. We'll leave it up. But we will address the issue of why is this suddenly showing up on the homepage. Because I do know a ton of people, there are a ton of creators in the LGBTQ community that have had the videos actively demonetized and suppressed as being dangerous content for far less. And even though the video I made has nothing dangerous about it other than a clickbait title, but it's been a, my nose, I am not breathing well right now. My nose is stopped. But there's been over these years this huge debate, this huge issue, this huge grievance with all of these people who we have to actively avoid specific words and phrases because, well, not really because I don't even think I'm not even monetized. I have made 0 cents from YouTube. But there are all these people who like have to actively avoid certain words, phrases, and topics because YouTube demonetizes them, because YouTube suppresses their videos. So why is this one on the front page? I I don't know. It's I feel like that's a question for YouTube. I have no answers for you. I'm out here living my life, forgot the video even existed, then people started watching it and I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. but more people keep watching it, and more people, and more people, and more people, and I'm like, all right, what the hell is going on? It's like getting a front page bump for one day is weird, but I feel like it's been there for a while. People keep finding it, and it's like, yeah, like legitimately, YouTube. What the fuck is going on? Let's. Feels so much better. So yeah, there's that. But anyways, I've already been talking for 20 minutes and I feel like I ain't said shit. So let's go over some of, because I do have, like I said, this is why I write scripts, this is why I edit. Because I'm I'm an extreme person, and when I say that, what I mean is that I have trouble going in the middle. And you know, it's possibly, there's a chance, I don't know for sure, but the possibility does exist that I might be on the spectrum. And and that might be like a part of it, because when you tell me something, it's like my natural inclination is to go to the extremes. Because me, I don't enjoy talking. I'm not nonverbal, but maybe that's just because a lot of that just has to do with the fact that I was raised in an environment where people hated that I didn't talk. And like, there were so many people that just, well, that's such a core memory of me, people being like, use your words. And just like refusing to even acknowledge my presence if I don't actively say what I want, instead of just using, gestures and whatnot. Because I don't know. I can't give you a specific reason why. I hate the sound of my voice. Like, talking does not inherently make me feel good. I don't enjoy saying things. I've learned that we live in a world where verbal communication is important and for many people a necessity. But yeah, I'm a person that, I can live with you for months and never say a word to you. Like, I don't feel the need to talk. I wish I had psychic powers so I never have to open my mouth other than to put food in it. And actually, to this day, there are still people at work, one person specifically, who does it. But like, just in general, like, I feel like if I don't have to talk, I shouldn't have to. Especially since there's already so many people I already have to talk to that I don't want to. It's like, if I can get my point across with a simple head, not a point, why do I hope to open my mouth and say words? I don't want to say words, damn it. Words are fresh. Ugh. I don't like words, which is funny since I am a writer. If you don't know that, I have an autobiography, 2 short stories, and a novel. Feel free to check those out. Everything is Impossible, the story of the first 26 years of my life. Uh, there's Just Shy of Serenity, my first feature-length novel, plus a couple of short stories that I'm proud of. Which you would think that being, like, having published works would be the thing I am most proud of in my life. It's not. It's like third on the list. Like, honestly, the thing I'm most proud of in my life, that was loud. I don't know if y'all heard it. I was loud. I can snap my fingers, which may not seem like a lot to you, but I could not snap my fingers in elementary school. I could not snap my fingers in middle school. I could not snap my fingers in high school. I could not snap my fingers in college. I'm in my late 20s before I learned to snap my fingers. And now I feel like this year, for the first time in my lifetime, this is the first time that I just feel confident in my ability to just lift any time I want to, lift my hand and snap it. This is like a lifetime. This took me a fucking lifetime to learn how to do. I can't do it with my left hand. Yes, I got a game controller. I'm playing Madden. That's why if I'm not looking at the screen, because I don't want to stare at my own face for half an hour. That's not something that brings me pleasure. I'm not a narcissist. But I can snap my fingers, and that took me a fucking lifetime to learn, and I'm proud of that, damn it. And number 2 is the fact that I've been living in this apartment since July 2012. So yeah, that's 13 years, Gonna be 14 years if I make it to the summer without getting kicked out. And it's 'cause like me, I was homeless for a while, and then I got this apartment. It's at 22. It's the first time I lived on my own. I told myself I would never go back to homeless again. Which, you know, there's even if I lost the apartment, there's still a long way to go before I got to homeless. But still, the point is, I have been self-sufficient for years, and even there have been struggles because there have been three different points where I did not have employment and I still I survived. So that's why those are two things for me that mean the most. And maybe there's like a recency thing that like the novels don't feel like a huge deal to me now because it's so new. While these other things, the snapping is a 30-year journey. The apartment, you know, being financially stable and independent, that's a 13, 14-year thing now. The books, when did I start working on it? Did I start working on it in 2024? Maybe. Oh, no. Yeah, it was 2016. Why did I say 20? You know, whatever. The point is that's a more recent development, so maybe that's why it's still sinking in how cool that is. But yeah, those are my proudest moments. In many ways, I'm tired. I feel like I've been talking too long. I'm gonna let y'all go, but I don't want to let you go without. Cause I feel like the point of this channel was to let you new people know what you're getting into, and I think I've done that pretty well with this. It's unhinged. I'm unhinged and directionless. But anyways, this is a channel where I talk about a lot of shit. The majority of videos I make will usually be pop culture related. Every now and then I'll talk about current events. And when I say pop culture, mostly nostalgia based content. Because I've got some series I'm actively working on right now. I'm working my way through the entire Power Rangers franchise. I've reviewed 5 seasons so far, and I think there's like 30 total seasons. So I'm making my way through that. I'm also watching other things. I started watching Beetleborgs again, trying to get through that. I want to do a review. I also watch. I'm because I actually just watched the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie because I'm going to do a review on that this month. I'm planning for now. The plan is to do 2 videos a month for the year. I don't know if I'll stick with that because I don't have a regular schedule. I don't get paid for this shit. I have made 0 cents from YouTube videos, and it takes effort, especially when they're edited. So, cause like this one, I literally just turn on the video and I turn on the camera, I start talking. There, I have a video. But the produced content, that's something else entirely. So yeah, I'm planning for now to do 2 videos a month. I want to continue doing letters to my therapist. I already have something in mind for January. I haven't written the script yet. I'm gonna work on it. I originally had the idea back in November. I decided to wait till after the holiday season to make it. You'll understand why when you see the video. I don't think there's any explanation needed as to why I decided to put that off for a couple months. But that's the only one I have planned, and it's just like, hey, as life goes on, here are things that are on my mind that have been occupying my space that I really want to discuss. And I say discuss, but really it's been very one-sided on this channel. I'm suddenly getting more engagement. I would appreciate it more, but also it's like there's an overwhelming amount of responses to that one specific video that I no longer have an emotional attachment to that video. That was a different human being who recorded that video. You know, because 14 years is a long time. I've done a lot of growth. I hardly recognize that kid I looked at. He had such short hair. He was a lot skinnier. Look how much thicker my arms are compared to that. Anyways, so yeah, the plan for now So I do a lot of media content, more nostalgia based. Don't really do a ton of modern stuff, but occasionally I will. I do a lot of mental health related stuff. I used to do sex positive stuff. I haven't done it lately, but I don't know. If there's a demand for it, I could bring that content back. I just don't feel a point. Because a lot of that was because of my own self exploration, like growing and learning to be like more confident in who I am and more aware of who I am and stuff. So I don't really feel I have as much to say in that world anymore. But I'm still, I wanted to say part of the world, but not really. Anyways, whatever. The majority of stuff I do is media content. Some of it, like some mental health stuff, but for the most part, it's just like I said, I don't make money for this, so I make a video whenever the fuck I feel like it. Like if I have free time and desire to do so, then screw it. Turn on the camera. Let's make a video. But you know, anyways, I don't know. I don't know if there was a point to this video. There was supposed to be. I don't know if I got that point across. That's why the majority of my videos are edited. But anyways, I'm just hey, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, and if you're not new here, thanks for sticking around. Yeah, it's a new year. Hopefully, it's a better year because I know 2024 was difficult. It was a difficult year. 2025 much better. Not perfect, so much better. So I'm hoping the trend continues and that 2026 looks a lot better. I'm def so yeah. Cheers to you. Happy New Year. Let's toast to that. And so yeah, welcome to my channel. I'm Nathan Lyle, and until the next time you see my face in the video, hope you have a great day, week, month, year, however long it is before I upload next. Because like I said, I'm planning to upload 2 videos in the month of January. It's entirely possible that you don't see me again for 10 years. I have no clue what comes next. We'll play it by ear. We're winging it. We're doing it live. So yeah, have a great day, month, week, year. I should have said week, but whatever. See you soon. Hopefully, I'll see you soon.